Hey guys, I just got back from Ocean City for the weekend, for Memorial Day weekend. I did not fly the Cub down there. I normally do, but the weather was kind of crappy. So I get a lot of questions on my hangar and how I decorated it. I used to be in the community hangar over at South Jersey, and randomly I got approached by one of the fuel guys. And he's like, hey, we got a hangar open at the Flying W if you're interested. And at the time, I really wasn't interested much at all for the individual T-hangars. And then I came over here, looked at the hangar. Within like 3 seconds, I'm like, okay, I definitely need a hangar. And I had it decorated probably within 48 hours. Growing up, I always kind of knew what my ultimate hangar would look like. So I always kind of bought things and collected them as the years went on. And a lot of them are now in my hangar. So I'll give you a quick tour, stuff in my hangar, where I got the stuff, what it means to me, and any questions on what, you know, stuff that I got. Anything like that, just shoot me a message and I'll let you know. My wife's family is into antiques, and a lot of the stuff I have in the hangar are from auctions that they've had. For example, this little toy pump, little gas toy pump, kind of the perfect time period correct fuel pump for the 40s and 50s, so I thought that was kind of cool. I have magazines from EAA, from Flying Magazine, dating back to when I started flying back in 94, 95. And I had always dreamed at the time of, you know, getting the magazines, one day drinking a beer, reading them in my hangar. And that's kind of what I do on days that I can't fly. Come to the hangar, open the door, sit here and read articles. And it's funny to kind of, I remember some of the articles I remember reading when I was younger. And then I read them now, and they to me, the things that pop out are just a lot different. It just has a different meaning now that I've got 25 years of flying experience and 10,000 hours. It's just interesting to read some of the articles that I remember reading as a kid, and that they had an impact on me, and to go back and read them now, it's kind of cool to go back and step in time. So you'll notice here the ERJ 145, that was my first jet that I flew for Continental Express back in the day. I've got a ton of E30 BMW models around, and reason being, I was a big BMW fan. A couple years ago, I actually had an M4, beautiful white M4, and I left the keys in the cup holder, and the car was stolen. So it was my own fault, and it was totaled, and it was found in Newark a couple days later. The good news, well, there's not really any good news, but it was the same week that I actually bought my airplane, so you know, I wasn't all that upset. Beautiful M4. Beautiful J3 Cub, so that wasn't too bad of a thing. But just FYI, if you're gonna have your car stolen, or if your car does get stolen, make sure you're current on the payments, because the first question they asked me is if I was current on the payments. So just make sure you are. And then you'll see this prop here. This was my old prop that came with the airplane. Nothing's wrong with it. It just has a little less of a pitch, so it's more of a cruise prop. What I have on there now is more of a climb prop. I'll probably send it back this way. It's properly balanced and varnished. I sanded off, it's kind of hard to tell, but I sanded off the varnish over the brass because it was all chipped up. But it's a good prop. It's just more of a cruise prop, so it's just sitting here. I'm talking about my wife's antique auction. A lot of these signs, I'd say half of the signs are from like Sporties, Wright Brothers. The other half, like this hood tire one, is from actual auctions, actual antique auctions or advertisements. If you look up there, I've got my RC E-Flight airplanes. Those are the ones that I crashed a little too severely, so I can't use them again. Airbus, which is what I currently fly, captain on that. And if anybody knows, if anyone plays hockey, I played hockey, I played goalie. If anybody knows the name of this, the goalie that sported this helmet, I don't know, I'll send you some free stickers or something. But he was one of my favorite guys back in the day. Something cool to put in the hangar. Fridge is cool. I got it from, it's a Home Depot. I got it from Home Depot, and it's cool because it fits the time period kind of feeling of my hangar. But just an FYI, it's really close to being outside, so in the winter I just shut it off. I unplug it because I have a fridge back there that I'll show you that kind of grenaded itself after about a year. And this fridge was like, I don't know, $400 or $500. Fridge is you know, hamburgers, sausages, and more importantly, it's basically for beer, which is kind of sadly empty right now. So anybody that comes to the hangar, bring some beer, preferably Coors Banquet or Coors Light. But seriously, if anyone's in the local area, I tell them, guys, just come out. I'm usually here at the hangar. Just come hang out. I'll crack a beer, have some whiskey, post-flight, obviously, and just kind of BS and talk airplanes. So some whiskey up here, which I'll get into that in a minute. But more importantly is the Cub Club Cub Clues. If you're thinking about buying a Cub or want to research them, it's a little slow lately, but they do have the back issues, and it's just priceless. The amount of information they have in there. If you have any questions at all, you go in there and you'll find a detailed explanation. It's really just a wealth of knowledge. And I bought those years before I actually bought the Cub, just to kind of get introduced into, you know, what things to look out for. Couch, this is where I sit, read my magazines, and then I get a lot of questions about whiskey. I like whiskey. I don't really drink nearly as much as I used to, but when I do have people over at the hangar or we're done flying afterwards at night, just kind of have, you know, do some hangar flying, have a little bit of whiskey. Pappy 20, which is I guess the best whiskey in the world. It's good. The 23 is it's interesting. The Weller is really good. You have Blanton's. You have some Japanese whiskey. I got some Smoke Wagon back there. I got a ton of whiskey, so by all means, if anybody wants to come over and try some, I'm more than happy to share it with you. And then these are just books that I read growing up, learning how to fly airplanes. They go back to mid-90s, so it's cool to occasionally revisit those. Some more whiskey down here is the Knob Creek. If you guys are ever looking for really good whiskey, if you can find Knob Creek store picks, like 15-year, that's the best bang for the buck by far. I got a whiskey barrel. I got that off of Facebook Marketplace. It was like $100, and these are awesome because the first couple days, first couple weeks that you're bringing it to the hangar, it smells like bourbon. It's awesome. One thing I'll tell you is the rings. See these rings here? If you don't have any alcohol in the barrels, it shrinks and the rings fall off. This has been here a couple of years, so just something to be aware of. But whatever. Little model, J3 model that my wife bought me for Father's Day, which is awesome. And I do have a whole bunch of ads, legit ads from the late 40s, magazine articles that are pretty cool because they're all pretty authentic. And again, just, you know, I buy some random posters or random metal things from Sporties. Kind of gives it that real vintage feel, which I think is cool. It's a local track down by Millville Airport. Some of you guys might be familiar with that, but it's a cool poster there. More posters, headsets for my girls, pink ones. And then this also is probably one of my favorite purchases. It's just a electric scooter, but it's great to just kind of ride around the airport. I mean, why walk to your friend's hangar when you could take this pretty cool scooter, right? And then obviously my airplane. There you got my airplane in the hangar. That's the most important, right? There it is, 41 Cub. Here's the new prop, the newer prop. It's exactly the same. It's just got a different pitch on it, so it's a little bit more of a climb prop. And the Cub actually has quite a wingspan on it, so it fits in the hangar, but there's not a ton of extra room. But it's the perfect size airplane for this T-Hangar anyway, which in New Jersey, it's incredibly hard to get hangar space, like most places. For this hangar, we have to pay for electric, which isn't all that bad, but it's about $450 a month. And again, I run the refrigerator, and then I also have the lighting up above, which is doesn't really cost much. They're LEDs, and I bought two 50-foot strands on Amazon for those that are looking to do that, and I just hung them up there with zip ties. Little pedal car for the kids. Again, another antique, a legit antique. I know they sell these, but this one is pretty old. More whiskey. Again, come help me drink it. This is not the top shelf stuff. There's some decent stuff here, but come drink it. There's a creepy clown from my grandmother's house. I got a whole bunch of camera stuff back here. Got Mr. Skeleton back there. You may have seen him flying the Cub during Halloween time. The kids love that. My flag, the U.S. flag, I forget what size that is. It was, I want to say it was like $250 on Amazon, made in the USA, because you'd be surprised at how many flags are actually not made in the USA. But that was one of the first things I did too. I just think it, I think it looks pretty good. Most hangars, I feel like most hangars in the US, you got to have a US flag, and it's kind of interesting. I posted a picture on one of the Facebook groups with the Cub and the flag in the background, and it created kind of a crap storm, because everybody thought I was trying to make a weird, I don't know, statement. I guess we're one of the only countries where your country's flag in the hangar seems like for us it's pretty common, but I guess for everyone else it's not. So I don't know. That corner of the hangar is just random stuff, which I feel like every hangar has it. No big deal. Fire pit, $100 on Amazon. That's a great purchase. So I do have these gas cans, which we're really not supposed to store gas in the hangar, and I often don't. But when I do my early morning flights, there's no gas truck available, and I want to have gas, so occasionally I do fill those up. There's the other refrigerator, the first one that I had that grenaded itself, so now it's basically just used for cleaning stuff and oil and stickers. So if anybody wants some stickers, send me some of your stickers. I'll send you some of mine. We got to fill that up. It's got to get like my tool chest here, which is sloppy and incredibly unorganized, but it does have a ton of stickers. As does this. And I would open that up, but there's really nothing in there but just random stuff. More posters, more flags, because that's important. Little weather vane up there, which is pretty cool. EAA. This prop is, it's not a real prop. It's inexpensive. It's like $120 just for decoration. I just think it kind of looks cool, but it's not a real prop. More BMW models, those are fun. Stickers, my good friend got me that, which is kind of cool. That's my last name. Any Seinfeld fans out there? Coffee, very important. The Saab 340, which was the first turboprop I ever flew. And then my desk, which just always has memory cards and random stuff laying all over the place. The charcoal grill, we grill here a lot, especially in the summer. I mean, at least once, sometimes twice, 2-3 times a week. It's always fun to charcoal grill out here, because it takes obviously longer than gas grill, and then it's not safe to leave the coals hot. So I got to tell my wife that I got to hang out until all the coals have cooled off, because we don't want to burn down the airport. So I just get some extra time at the hangar. Couch to drink beer, table that I made, and that's pretty much it. Like I said, a lot of the stuff just get on Sporty's, like Wright Brothers collection, which has really cool stuff. And then stuff you find at flea markets, stuff that just kind of is important to you or kind of means something. Like I said, it was always my dream to have a hangar and an airplane and read all these old magazines that I got annually, and that's kind of just what I do here. I spend a lot of time here. My wife hates it. But it's a great spot, and I'm fortunate enough that the guy across from me with that 172 that's in real bad shape there, that he's rebuilding. He's got a Warrior. There's some really great guys. Another guy down the way there has got a Cub, a Chief, and he just bought a Cherokee. My good friend Al is building a Long Easy, which is coming along really well. So I've met some, the best part about hanging out at the hangar is just the people that you meet. I've met some awesome people, and I'm fortunate that our airport manager is like the best manager you could ask for. She's super cool, and I know a lot of places would not let me decorate a hangar like this, and I understand why, but I'm fortunate that I can decorate this hangar. Guys, thanks for hanging out, checking out my hangar, and I sincerely mean this. If you're in the local area, shoot me a message on here, on Instagram, Facebook, and I'll gladly bring you to the hangar, take you flying, and afterwards we'll crack open a beer, have some whiskey, and just kind of kind of talk airplanes. That's kind of what we do here. Everybody just hangs out. It's one big family, so you're more than welcome to come. I mean it. All right, thanks guys. See you.